Greetings, everyone. My name is Francis Ssuubi. I'm the founder of Wells of Hope, a charity that helps children that have a parent in prison in Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. I'm also the ambassador and founding member of the International Coalition for Children with Incarcerated Parents. I'm also the international chair of the International Prisoners Families Conference. It's a great opportunity for me to serve children that have a parent in prison at all those platforms. You may wonder why I'm not with you guys. I would have wanted to be with you, and I miss you all. I miss the friendships, the meetings, or the hugs, the laughs. I miss you all. But here goes the story briefly, that while I was fixing, I know in Texas they fix things. So while I was fixing to come, I failed to get a visa from the American embassy. You see, getting a visa in an African country to come to the USA is not easy, even when you have crystal clear reasons for travel. Though it's easy to get a visa to an African country, especially in Uganda, when you're coming from America, coming here is easy, or coming from Europe. Anyway, I don't want to go so much into that because I respect the American government, it's a sovereign government, so they make the decisions. Yeah. I hope you're having a great time at this conference, and I know you're gonna have great deliberations. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate all of you, all of us, on this grand 11th annual International Prisoners Families Conference. Caroline, thank you for working so hard with your team consistently over the years to make this conference happen. And it has grown, really grown to be an international conference that is a pivot for so many other initiatives around the world that are aimed at making a positive change in the lives of families that are impacted by incarceration of their loved ones. And especially the children whose cause I champion. As many of you may know, the idea of the International Coalition for Children Incarcerated Parents was born at a time when we needed help. So the Prisoners Families Conference, as was known by then, provided a platform through which INSIP was launched at a side event, and that was in 2015. At the same spot, actually in the same place where you are in Dallas. And through that, the Prisoners Families Conference became an international conference because we came in with people from different countries. Though over the years, the Prisoners Families Conference has been having other people from other countries, but that was like the climax that eventually just made it the International Prisoners Families Conference. INSIP is growing leaps and bounds, and we'll never forget the big role the International Prisoners Families Conference has made in making INSIP a success. By the way, we've just held our biannual conference in Huddersfield, UK. It was the second. The first one was in New Zealand in 2017. My role at this conference, at the International Prisoners Families Conference, is to collaborate and coordinate international key speakers and also to popularize the conference globally. In the past, we have had speakers like Corinne Armstrong of the Invisible Wales is in the UK. And also we had Maja Gabelika, the Deputy Ombudsman for Children in Croatia, and also others. This year I thought I would attend by myself, but I gave you the story. The Prisoners Families Conference provides extremely huge opportunities for partnerships and collaboration. I can attest to this. First, as I mentioned how INSIP was born and eventually launched through this conference. Back here at home, Wells of Hope, the conference has connected me to various people whom I've met through the conference. And those people have made journeys to Africa, and they have come to learn about what I do. And some of them have gone ahead to start to work with me to help the children here in Uganda. And some have gone ahead even to sponsor the projects here in Africa. Let me mention some. Working with Rebecca Ginsburg, you may know her. She's a wonderful lady. She's a professor at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. And she's also a lead of the Educational Justice Project, EJP. They do a college in program in the prisons in Illinois. And we are working together with her to make the first re-entry guide in Africa for people who are returning from their prisons. And through this friendship with Rebecca, we have been able to start a re-entry home for women, the first one of its kind in Africa. And so it's called the Women's Safe Home, Wells of Hope Women's Safe Home. Women who have been formerly incarcerated are able to come and start afresh from this home. And let me give another example. Working with Grace Smith and Ben Smith, they are the founders of Camp David of the Ozarks in Missouri, USA. Working with them, we started doing camps for children with incarcerated parents in Africa. They went global, they went international. Working with Professor Bahia, probably you know her, she's a wonderful lady. She's a professor at Howard University. Through her, we were able to connect with Nick Cannon. You know Nick Cannon is an American celebrity, and it's not easy to just get him connected to your work, but through Bahia, that happened. And together, we hope to do great things. These partnerships, which are born through friendships, are developed from this conference. They have helped to grow the work at Wells of Hope. They have helped my friends also to grow their work in their countries. For instance, when people come and visit us, they visit me, they see the work we do, and I also share with them about work in other areas. They are able to be motivated, they are inspired. They go away and they're able to do their work better. And some of them have been able to grow their work beyond their borders, the borders of their country, and they have become international. And when it comes to partnerships and collaborations, I want to say this. It's not a one-way street. Everyone wins. And the whole world wins. So like I gain, Wells of Hope gains, but also the people that come and visit or work with us, when they go back, they also gain and everybody wins. I cannot underestimate the power of sharing information and best practices through partnerships and collaboration. As you well know, this conference revolves around a unique catastrophic human issue, and that is incarceration and how it affects families. It's a big issue that connects all of us who won't just accept to sit down and just look on. We won't just sit there and wait. We want to do something. So when we see this, if we hear this, whoever has learned about this, you want to do something about it. We are addressing traumatic pain and untold justice when we are talking about this issue of having a family member in prison. The innovative interventions represented through this conference over the years, and some that we are going to see this week, or we have already seen, open many doors for strong partnerships which require intentional and dedicated collaborative efforts to deal with this issue, which I believe is universal regardless where you are located on the planet. I believe that issues relating to children with a parent in prison are universal and need transnational collaborative efforts. To be specific to my cause, child trauma that comes with having a household member in prison knows no borders. A child that is in China, a child that is in, say, India, a child that is in Uganda, a child that is in the UK or USA, if they have a parent in prison, they go through the same trauma. So we need the same answers to this. We need the same efforts to deal with it. And with that said, you know, we shall be helping these children that wake up every day to pay the price of their parents' imprisonment. Collaboration and partnerships have helped me to utilize diverse approaches that have been exhibited at this conference, and specifically through talk with the people I meet in helping these children. I can give an example. Since our inception, we have been facilitating children to visit their parents in prison. 3 times a year, we put them on a bus and we facilitate them, we accompany them to see their parents in prison. But in 2013, I made a journey to the UK. I went to Wales and I met a friend of mine called Corinne Armstrong, whom I've talked about already. I liked his program where they are able to bring in teachers, and the teachers are able to have meetings with the parents in prison, and also the children are able to do homework together with their parents in prison. So I picked up that idea and I brought it here home in Uganda, and we modified it a little. So these days when the children visit their parents in prison, they are able also to have their teachers have a meeting with the children and the parents in prison, and the children are also able to do homework together with their parents in prison. These are just one of the examples of approaches that I have learned. I should say that key to what I do is to build collaborations, and I do this through developing personal relationships. It's against these relationships that I build partnerships. I usually have a friend in mind. My aim is not just about the collaboration, it's not about the partnership, but I'm looking at this friend, at this person here that I'm making friendship with. And sometimes I call it friend raising. And automatically the other things just come in, the partnerships come in. As you build partnerships and collaborations, along the way you meet people with different ideas and talents. And I can say that I've built a strong network of good friends, talented friends, people who are rich with hearts, people who are rich in their minds with great innovation and ideas. And what I continue to do and what I usually do is to bring these people together, and we are able to do something together. INSIP is an example where I was able also to connect with different people I'd met in different parts of the world, and we came together and we said, let's have INSIP. Through these partnerships, I've managed to reach areas I cannot reach with a message to mitigate the suffering being meted out to children that have a parent in prison. Collaborations help to cut down on costs and time and reduce work. For instance, when INSIP was starting, we didn't have the capacity to have a conference or even just to bring people together to meet. So by collaborating with the International Prisoners Families Conference, we were offered an opportunity to have a side meeting, just like the one we're going to have this week. And that's how INSIP was launched. Up to date, this highly treasured collaboration between INSIP and the International Prisoners Families Conference still exists and grows. And while that happens, the International Prisoners Families Conference is multiplying its goals beyond America and to other parts of the world. Friends, I wish to end here. I hope to meet most of you at the next conference or other future conferences. But also, I would want to put out this invitation to you. Please come and visit me here in Uganda, or we could go to Kenya or Tanzania and come and learn about our work. Alternatively, you can also visit our website, www.wellsofhope.org, to learn more. Thank you, my friend Caroline and your team. Thank you so much for providing this opportunity for me to speak. And thank you all for listening. Together, let's continue to make friendships and collaborations that will generate into lifetime partnerships to benefit families of people in prison. I wish you successful deliberations. Thank you so much. God bless you.